we're not going to talk about Halloween Horror Nights because when this comes out, this podcast is going to come out the day they're announcing Halloween Horror Nights stuff. So we'll already be behind.
Oh, okay.
See, I have logic.
Do we have logic ever?
I don't know. I'm excited for some of those houses, though.
I'm excited for all of the houses.
There's
always
the Goblin Feast. All right, Shrexel. Hello and welcome to the ParkStop podcast, episode 64. My name's Alicia Stella, and with me as always is my co-host Ian.
Hey kids, Alicia's already giggling. This is great.
I had so much coffee this morning. We are talking about DreamWorks Land at Universal Studios Florida, as well as other random stuff from our visits in the last week. Because the tribute store is amazing. We have to talk about it.
It is.
We never talk about the tribute stores on the show. But there's also a little bit of news I wanted to throw in here.
There's news?
And not the Halloween Horror Nights news that's coming out as this is being released. No, forget that.
We're not going to talk about the IPs they lost or anything right now?
What we could talk about is that really expensive opening night, pre-night thing with the pulsing of the line, the no conga line upcharge.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. It seems a little expensive for what they're offering to me.
No, it does not. Because what we are paying for our RIP tour doesn't come with meals or drinks. It just comes with snacks. So this thing is less money than the RIP tour and comes with food. So it makes up for it in my mind. Because you only get to do, you go at your own pace and go and wait in line technically. But the lines are shorter.
Eat enough snacks to make it into 2 meals. Don't even try it.
We do eat a lot of snacks.
And it's not like it's the only reason they say snacks is because the portion sizes. You can just keep going up there.
Still, it's like $100 less. So I don't know. People are complaining about the price, and I'm sitting here leaning back, going, "It's cheaper than what we paid."
I mean, it is, but it's kind of like a dress rehearsal for them. You know what I mean? Like it's the vlogger tax. Yeah.
If you want to go opening night now, you have to spend more money. Haha.
Yeah. I think it's cool. I think it's a cool idea. I think it's slightly overpriced.
That's what this episode should be about. This episode, we should just talk about how vloggers were really targeted this week by both Disney World and Universal.
Would you like to discuss that quickly? Because we are not in that group.
Because Disney
it's not like we're going to make them more mad.
Posted a POV before anyone rode the Tiana ride.
They did.
Not even cast members are riding yet, and they posted a POV the day before because they knew that everyone was going to be posting their POVs, and they're like, they literally did the first thing. Like, first.
Yeah, I was going to say, first. Yeah, screw you guys. We got it. And we used an actual camera, and since it's our thing, we can do whatever we want, so it's going to look better.
Edits and stuff. I did not watch it because we're going to ride in a week and a half anyway, so I did not watch it. But and then Universal, it's like, if you want to be first to Halloween Horror Nights and talk about it on vlogs and stuff, pay us more money. 3 times as much money, go for it.
Yeah. Wait. Does that $325 for APs, does that include a ticket?
I think it is a ticket because it's an after-hours event. That's what I'm talking about. So, okay. It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, that's not a bad deal now.
Because we have to buy the RIP and a ticket
because we got screwed on Saturdays.
Yeah, I've never had a second and third Saturday not be available for the premiere ticket.
It's fine though. I just used my AP earlier because I'll have friends over from Europe and down from the north. So
there is a piece of news though that what I actually did want to talk about was Starfall Racers RIP.
Yeah.
Speaking of RIP. It's the trademark application is no more, I think. Universal has officially updated all the press releases and the official website so that now the dueling mock rides roller coaster is named Stardust Racers.
Which I started to convince myself I was okay with, and I think I am okay with it, but I still like Starfall better.
Well, I think we're used to cool. Starfall. When we first reported that was the name, I kept thinking that's a weird word. I don't know that word.
It sounds sci-fi movie-ish, which is why I like it.
And then anyone who's played the games in elementary school is I know Starfall Education. And it's exactly. Well, that's why they're losing this lawsuit. Because a lot of people do identify that word only as part of an educational software company. To catch everyone up, Starfall Education Incorporated filed an opposition to the trademark application Starfall Racers. They had an abundance of reasons, which is what you do when you're filing a case. So it looks like you have a lot of credibility and you're going to win this case. Mm-hmm. And Universal it doesn't mean that Universal thought they were going to lose. I think it's more like Universal didn't want to even try, because this thing probably wouldn't go to trial till next year.
Yeah.
And that's a long time to be wrapped up in not knowing whether or not you're going to be able to use the Starfall like racer's name. And they have to like make the sign and make merchandise and open a theme park early next year. I mean, mid next year. So they like, if it doesn't go to court till March and then court case draws on for months, there's no way they'd be able to open the park in time. And it would be like star blank racers. Like you can't do that.
Yeah.
So they either had to settle or give up. And I think they kind of did both. I think they settled because they probably still owe Starfall Education damages for the 6 months they were using the name.
Yeah, probably. But also, like, you guys, we can't be mad at Starfall Education, because if you don't attack things like that, you lose your trademark over time. So
just ask Kleenex or Xerox.
So they have to do it. So don't be too harsh on them.
No, absolutely not. I think that they had a case, and for me, and this is my completely non-legal professional opinion, for me, it really hinged on Universal has this catch-all paragraph they use for trademarking a lot of their attractions, where it's just everything. They throw everything at the wall because it's easier than just saying specifically what it is. I noticed when they filed Stardust Racers, it says a theme park attraction, specifically a roller coaster. That's it. But the services for Starfall Racers was a paragraph. And it was like, it's entertainment services, theme park attractions, theme park shows, an arcade entertainment stuff. And it's like, oh, you accidentally put arcade and video games in there. And that is something that Starfall Education really kind of cornered the market on trademarks. So it might not have even got approved if Starfall Education had not like opposed it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there's some crossover there. Also, Starfall Education has a game named Racers. So if you searched for Starfall Racers prior to January, you'd get two things. My website, because I was reporting the name, and Starfall Education's Racers game. I think it was a math game. So, no, I think they had a case.
For sure.
I don't blame Universal for settling.
I mean, and like I said, they have to try. Otherwise, you lose your trademarks and you lose your registered trademark stuff. So you have to try.
Yeah, you can't let someone else weaken your brand, no matter how ridiculous or frivolous it may seem on the surface. And seeing all the comments on my YouTube videos from all the people like, yeah, that was the first thing I thought about was the Starfall Education games too. And it's like, well, okay, there you go.
Well, there you go.
That proves the case.
Yep, done and done.
If that's your only exposure to this word. I also, in the opposition, it specifically showed a screenshot of Webster's dictionary, and it says 0 results found for the word Starfall in the dictionary.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't help.
That does not help. I had to search Wikipedia for it, and it's been used only like 5 times in history. And I had to go back to the 1800s for the first use, and it was in a poem talking about shooting stars. And it's like, okay, well, I get where Universal was coming from. But what's made it popular in more recent years, the last like decade or so, has been the education companies. So, you know, it is what it is.
It'll be fine anyway. It doesn't change the attraction, so we're good.
It's going to be a fun factoid. Now, instead of everyone waiting in line and leaning to the person next to them and saying, do you see that in the back of the train? That's a flux capacitor. Now it's going to be, did you know this was originally named Starfall Racers? And then a pause. And look, there's a flux capacitor. We got 2 factoids.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's fine. I'm stoked for this ride. I've seen some test launches that people recorded and stuff too. It looks so fun.
Honestly, I think Stardust is a better word for Universal, because like they still use signs around construction, at least in Hollywood, that says "Pardon our Stardust" for the construction walls. And I think that's like their word.
Wait, so you think it's a better idea that they use the word for a ride that means they're doing construction?
Well, no, because you could be like, I'm going so fast, you could eat my Stardust.
Oh, jeez.
Right? See?
Yeah, I guess. It's just it's the word they use for construction instead of pixie dust.
Well, it's just because it's universal. It's the universe. Stardust is a thing, and we're all made of stardust. It's beautiful.
It's
honestly,
not just the universe; it's the epic universe.
It's full of fantastic worlds.
Oh man, that goes back. Okay,
So
What
everyone
else
get
we
used
get?
to the name.
Yeah,
The new
erase
name
Starfall.
from your brain, just like you would erase Fantastic Worlds from your brain. Things change.
Man.
That's a good callback. It didn't even occur to me because Warner Brothers opposed that.
Yes, it was a good callback.
My brain accidentally came up with a good thing. So DreamWorks Land.
Yeah, it opened. It was a
well,
thing.
it's soft opened. It technically doesn't open until the 14th.
It's still open. You can still walk around in there. You're fine.
Isn't that when we're going to Tiana?
Yeah, the 14th. Boat.
Yeah. Okay.
Boat is a boat. Mm-hmm.
DreamWorks Land. You've been twice now?
Yeah.
I've been once, although I think I've probably still been in the land longer than you were.
Probably.
In my one time versus your two.
Yeah.
But you went
definitely.
back and you tried the Shrexel.
I did. Last night I went back because last time I was there was for the previews and the line was like it was too hot and the line was too long. So
I rope dropped DreamWorks Land on the second day of soft opening. I happened to be going that day anyway because I missed previews. I was lucky that they soft opened it, and I ran to the Swamp Snacks. I ran. I took a picture of the menu board, but I didn't even look at the prices because people are like saying like this is expensive, and I'm like I don't care. I literally got in line and threw my wallet at them. I was like Shrexel, just threw it.
I mean, there's a lot of pretzel for what you get compared to like a regular pretzel. You get way more dough. So
it is pretty big. So what are because I loved it, but what are your thoughts on the Shrexel?
The Shrexel was good. I didn't, I think the green cheese is a novelty, but it doesn't have a ton of flavor.
I thought it was American cheese.
It doesn't taste like
like cheddar.
Yellow cheddar or nacho-y kind of cheese you'd expect to get.
It does not taste like nacho cheese.
It's a very, very, very mild cheese. It's fine, but I like the pretzel.
Yeah, the cheese didn't add much flavor for me. I'm more of a mustard person, but the pretzel is
beer cheese, but yeah.
Oh no, gross. No, the pretzel was soft and pillowy and dough, like whereas a normal pretzel has a round sections and it's like all round and hollow inside. This one was more layered, like a
croissant.
Like a Grand's biscuit, like
a Grand's biscuit. Okay, mine felt a little more dense, but I wasn't mad at it. Like it wasn't.
Oh, it's thick. It's thick Shrexel.
It wasn't like the big round fluffy ones. It was a little more dense, but I liked it. It was very good.
Right. It was as filling as a Belgian one. Like the giant ones that they sell for $10, not nearly as hard as the normal ones. Universal, get with the program. How are your fresh ones still hard as a rock? I don't understand it.
Exactly.
Like Mickey pretzels are so soft. What are you doing wrong here? And it's not as buttery as the Auntie Anne's, which are like too much butter sauce. It makes me sick. But it is that same kind of bread-like Auntie Anne's.
It was really good for a pretzel. I mean, everybody liked it. Everybody tried a little bite that was with me. So
I ate my whole thing by myself. Mine split in half, and it kind of reminded me of a Pizza Hut breadstick.
Oh yeah,
like where they split in half. It's that texture exactly, but pretzel bread instead of breadstick bread. It's
a pretty good call. I'd have to agree with that. It was really good. I also made a bad decision before I went into the park and went to Fat Tuesdays and got a Cat 5 Hurricane with a diesel 153 floater. So I was pretty happy.
You had a Hurricane before the Shrexel?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't a real Hurricane. It's just a daiquiri by Fat Tuesday. So it was just rum 151, but I did put the 153 floater in there too. So
because I had one Hurricane once over at Pat O'Brien's and died. I'm dead. I've been dead ever since.
That's a proper Hurricane, which is why which is why the Fat Tuesdays is a Cat 5 Hurricane, not a Hurricane.
Yeah, no one told me there's like 5 shots of alcohol in this one drink. I died.
We were in line and I'm like, well, I thought it was a proper Hurricane, but it's not, but I'll still get it. And they're like, what's a proper Hurricane? I was like, basically all of the alcohol mixed into one.
Yeah,
so.
But like not like Long Island iced tea. It actually tastes good.
It tastes good, yeah. But I do like some Long Island iced tea. But yeah, so I did that before the Shrexel, and I was pretty happy for about an hour and a half.
The green cheese didn't add much to it, but I think kids will think it's fun. I think it tastes like American cheese, which honestly, if you're a kid, you probably want mild cheese. You don't want like sharp cheddar. So maybe that's for the better. Yeah,
and the green looks good. It's pretty solid as far as the color choice of Shrek. It looks like pretty good.
And close. Unlike green milk over at Star Wars Land, it's actually green.
It makes other things green too, according to you. But we can skip that conversation.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I ran in and I wanted to do two things in particular. I wanted to eat the Schrecksel and I wanted one of the Trolls ice cream cones. So after my Schrecksel, I took some pictures to give my tummy a break for about 8 minutes. And then I ordered the Huckleberry flavored Brozone Freeze or whatever it's called.
That was not also green, was it?
No, it was blue. And
That's
it
what I
was
thought.
very, very blue. Like the bluest blue has ever been. No food should be this. It is kind of green. It's so blue. No food should be this dark. Like when you're adding food coloring to something and it's this dark, you've added a lot of food coloring.
Oh, wait, it's so blue. It's kind of green.
Yes.
Wait.
Yes.
That math doesn't math. But okay.
You have to see the picture of it. You remember the fake food in Hook?
Yeah.
Like they're eating with their hands and it looks like frosting and it's like bright blue.
Yeah.
It's bluer than that.
Oh my goodness. So you thinking that's what caused your your color problems?
Look, I don't want to say it on the podcast and gross everyone out, but I'm going to say it on the podcast and gross everyone out. My poop is still green.
I was going to say, did it stop or is it?
We are 4 days out and it's still happening. I don't know which was the culprit, but I'm starting to suspect it was both. Because my tongue was blue the next morning. This is 24 hours later and I had brushed my teeth twice and I still had a blue tongue.
Oh man, that's funny.
So
I'm glad I didn't eat the ice cream now.
I coated my intestines in blue ice cream and I Schreckseled green cheesed my organs. And I had no discomfort or anything. Don't get me wrong.
It's just the dye.
It's just, it was a lot of dye.
They're like all over food coloring in this one. Thank you very much.
I think this happens with parents when kids go off to a birthday party and then they come home and then the next day they poop and the parents are like, "Oh my God, my child's dying. There's black poop." Like you're
gonna find out. So yeah, we'll find out.
And then someone has to be like, "No, we had blue cupcake icing." Oh, okay, got it. Yeah.
Oh, so what did you think of the land now that we got past the colorized poo?
Oh, the ice cream tasted amazing. I will eat it again. I think it tasted like the bottom of a blue milk cereal. Like when you have
blue milk is not a good thing.
No, not blue milk from Star Wars Land, which doesn't taste good.
You mean like when the leftover cereal milk,
like Fruit Loop milk, or
That sounds good, actually.
It was actually really, really tasty, and you can get it in a cup, even though it's not on the menu. It's a life hack right there. You don't have to get a cone because cones are a little messy for the children. Although the cone has a troll face on it, so the hair is the ice cream. It's pretty clever.
That's pretty. How do you not get the cone then?
Not all kids can. They take a long time to eat, so the cup is a little handier. Anyway,
eat faster, kids. So, what do you think of the land?
I have thoughts.
You have thoughts?
There's a lot I like, and there's a lot of Kid Zone I didn't like before they changed it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say just straight out, I think it's a lateral move as far as offerings. I think because there's some good and there's some bad for the new ones, and there was some good, some bad for the old ones. I do think the new IPs is a win for kids. I think that everywhere I looked, kids were having the time of their lives. They're running around. Poppy came out and was meeting people, and a ton of kids went running like Poppy, Poppy, Poppy. So like, it's great to have these characters here. It's great to have things that kids actually recognize. Shrek and Donkey had a long line. That's a huge success, although they need more trees over there. I know it'll block the view of his house, but it's a little bright when you're in that long line in the sun.
Yeah, it's a little open in the area in general.
Yeah, it's Toy Story Land all over again.
I think visually it's a step up. I think it looks more interesting going through there, and I think it looks nicer. And I think even them extending out the ET sign and then doing the ET bathrooms over there looks awesome too.
Really great.
I think you're right about the offerings. I think it's lateral, but I think I agree with you also that, it gives a kid something to do. But I do think overall the appearance of the land looks way nicer. It looks really good in there.
It does. I think, in the 90s, I thought Fievel was the coolest thing ever. So yeah, and I bet you kids will go here and think that the Shrek area is the coolest thing ever. So I think it's a lateral move, and it's just more appealing to kids these days. I think it needs more shade. I think the Shrek area, the front area got better. I think the back area is not as good.
So I feel like Kung Fu Panda looks cool.
It does. It looks good.
I think it feels a little unfinished, but I do like the way that it looks. What's there? It just feels like they could have done a little bit more. It's like a lot of
It's
splash pads and like
I mean,
I don't know.
the water areas of Curious George similarly didn't have much going for it. It was like a bunch of framing and some flats on the front. It's supposed to look like you're in a book, so
Yeah.
everything was very flat and it worked. But like kids would run from one splash thing to the next splash thing, and there'd be like blaster guns and buckets and different cranks, and you can go up to a second level. And
Hmm.
this one is missing that second level. And it's missing water stuff on the left. There's just a little pond area on the left that's
Yeah.
kind of small and not really got much going. And there's like, I did like the little stream that you walk over, like in the middle.
Hmm.
That was very cute.
I
But
like that too.
there's a lot less water stuff to do, and it's more spread out. It just feels a little empty compared to Curious George. And I didn't actually see the kung fu training with Poe, but that
I
is
didn't
a
either.
lot of space taken up for that in the old ball factory. You can't go
Mm.
up to the second level. There's just banners that say like learn from the Dragon Master. And when I went there, it was just like the interim screensaver mode. He was making pasta or noodles or whatever. I'm sure it's cute. And I like that you can just kind of walk in and walk out at your leisure, but it's a lot of space that could be for fun things to do. And instead it's like, I'm going to sit down and watch this now. And kids are already like soaking wet and running around. I feel like we need more active stuff to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It feels a little unfinished back there. It needs a little bit more.
And the little merry-go-rounds, I don't know.
They're fine.
They're fun, but like that feels
Fine.
very playground equipment and doesn't seem like it's good enough for a world-class theme park.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. I think the theming of Poe's area is really nice, though. I think like the building looks great. I like the dad like coming out of the building and occasionally yelling and stuff. I like all that. I like the sign on the front and the back.
Yeah, it looked better in person than in photos as far
But
as the theming wise. I just need
yeah,
more for kids to do, I think.
yeah. I think like I said, I think it feels a little unfinished. I think you're right. I think it needs a little bit more
But
for the
Shrek
kids
has
to do.
more things to do. There's the Budweiser frogs. How long before they have to remove that, by the way?
Yeah. How long until the mouths are going to stop working is what I'm curious about.
No, they're fine. They're
Are
good.
they?
It's a little sunny there,
It's
where
very sunny
where
there.
you step on the lily pads. But I think it's a fun thing. But yeah, someone found out real fast that if you hit this one, that one, and this one, it can go Budweiser. That's great Easter egg. But again,
It is.
it's a little copyright infringy. It's a little. Are we going to play that game, Universal?
Yeah, I want to play that game.
Oh, I should not put that on the podcast.
Probably not, but now people are going to try to find it if you do, so it's fine.
The farting slide, huge success. Kids
Farting
love
slide
it.
is amazing.
Kids
How do
love
you
it.
not love a farting slide?
There's a lot more slides back there than that I was aware of. There's little kid length slides and normal
Mhm.
slides, and then the twisty fart slide is the best slide. Pinocchio was cute, although I was the only one hitting the button. Like kids are too busy doing slides and stuff and having fun, and I'm sitting here going, "Guys, do you not care about this Garner Hall animatronic? It's amazing. Does no one else want to play with the animatronic? Hit the button
like-
and it talks, kids. Come on."
You're like, that's fine. I'll keep playing with the animatronic. Then you keep sliding on the fart slides and everything else over there.
My favorite thing,
Mhm.
Mama Luna's cat sanctuary.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
Like it's all different little interactive buttons and dials. Each thing does like two different things. So like you could stay at the same one if you're like a little kid and not move on to the next one and get to do two things if it's busy. I thought that was cute.
Yeah, I saw a little girl in there running around to like 3 different stations.
Yeah,
It's
there's
pretty
definitely
funny.
kids were having fun. I was having fun. There's a woodpecker in one of the portraits. It's a little Woody Woodpecker nod there.
That's cute.
No, I like the spray bottle one the best. There's the spray bottle. You squeeze it and it sprays the cat on the screen.
So you like the cats the best because you like cats, but you like to torture the cats with the spray bottle.
Well, cats react to spray bottles.
Yeah.
Funny. It's funny in animation. There's a ball of yarn that you have to like use a special like bowling ball video game control, and you can control the ball of yarn going down the stairs. It's very cool.
That's fun. That's very fun.
And, okay, I really like it because obviously Puss in Boots is my favorite DreamWorks movie.
No.
They play the score from the films in there. And it's the only area that really feels like it's got the music matching the actual property. I don't know if you noticed, but walking around all the different areas, it's just like generic pop music, mostly in Trolls. It's not anything licensed or from
Yeah.
Trolls. And that's very lacking considering how important real music is in Trolls.
Yeah, unless they're kind of like trying to work on it since it's still
Yeah.
technical
It's like
rehearsals.
maybe it's like when Epcot had the production music in the center until they could get the original written music. It doesn't feel right to have like YouTube background music that's royalty free
Yeah,
playing
exactly.
in Trolls Land. Like it should just be
It should
nonstop,
be.
Justin Timberlake or something.
It should be. Did you go on the roller coaster to see if there's music? Because I didn't get to ride it.
No, but I walked around and it didn't seem to add anything. It was the same generic pop
Yeah,
music playing.
I
That
tried to
plays in the
walk
area.
near it, but I didn't
Yeah.
hear anything. So it seemed weird that they weren't playing even the music from the movies on
It's
there either.
not
So
officially grand opened yet, so I'm holding out hope because the
yeah,
original Nut House coaster had at least the Woody Woodpecker sounds, where like you would go up the lift
hmm
hill and it would be like, and it'd be like like the woodpecker sound.
yep.
Like there's a way to incorporate sound without having onboard audio, and I feel like they need to do that.
Yeah, I think they're going. It feels like they're still like since it's under technical rehearsal. It feels like the music's going to change. I'm hopeful, if nothing
Because
else, that
it's only like a
changes.
30-second ride. It wouldn't be that difficult to have
Well, I mean, even for the whole land, like hopefully they're able to lock that all down. Because I mean, they probably have to get individual rights, right? Because
Well, here's the thing. They played DreamWorks music constantly in Central Park for
yeah,
2 years and in Lost Continent for a year during COVID, like when the distance meet and greet time.
yep,
They would stick all the DreamWorks characters in the Central Park and have you wave from the railing. And they were blasting the Trolls music. 2 different songs from Trolls were playing, one from World Tour and one from the first movie, like in between Smash Mouth from Shrek and stuff. So I know they have the ability to play it. It's
Well,
weird that they're not.
they have ability for a couple songs, but
Well, that's fine. You just loop this the what is it? I got some sunshine in my pocket or something.
Yeah.
You loop that. It's Trolls Land. That's all you
sunshine
need.
in my pocket. Yeah, but we need Roller Coaster of Love. I'm sorry.
When they had the glitter farting troll out, that's what they had playing, just on a loop. There was a little DJ station, and he just played the same song on a loop.
That troll was out when I was there, I think.
Wait, the glitter troll?
Yeah,
I haven't seen him in 2.5 years.
I'm pretty sure that was the glitter troll I saw when I was there.
No, you saw Branch.
Maybe I saw Branch.
You saw Branch. It's only Branch and Poppy for the last year and a half.
Is Branch purple?
I mean, he's like a gray blue.
I don't know.
Glitter troll is silver. Did you see a silver troll?
I thought glitter troll was silvery purple.
No, he's silver.
I don't remember. It was 2 weeks ago now.
You saw Branch.
I probably saw Branch.
That's all they ever have is Branch and Poppy. I got a great picture with Poppy though. I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch the show?
No, you watched the show.
I did watch the show.
We know my stance on shows only if I am with somebody that wants to watch a show, except for Horror Makeup Show. That's the only one I go into.
Some people are disappointed that the pre-show area has been stripped down to just some screens on the wall. Someone said that they're still working on it, but I don't think it mattered. I mean, it just had some fun facts on the screens, and then you go into the real show.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone's talking about how it's a downgrade from Barney. And I'm like, no, they put giant LED Bourne Stuntacular screens on the walls. It is an upgrade from Barney. I'm sorry.
Wait, how was anything a downgrade from Barney?
Like, Barney was great when people knew what Barney was. This is great now because people know what these properties are. No, the walls of the actual theater in the round are really impressive. Like they are entirely LED. It had to have been expensive.
I'm sure it was. If they're the Bourne screens.
And they have 2 actors who tell the story singing live in microphones. And that's something you don't usually get from Universal. So I'm proud of them.
That's pretty cool, actually. I'll give them points for that for sure. I
Yeah.
think that's awesome.
And it was like pretty good. Like the woman singing that I got in my show, she was good. She needs to be on like one of those American Idol shows. She was good. she was really good.
Yeah, quit your paying job and go on this rig thing.
Hey.
Did I say that out loud?
I'm just saying she deserves a big career on the radio. I kind of liked the story. It was cute. It actually ties to the mural outside where all the clouds are shaped like DreamWorks characters.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to spoil the story too much, but these kids who used to go to this fun place and look at the clouds have grown up, but they're revisiting their childhood and they're like, come on, let's look at the clouds. What does it look like to you? And then they would like visit the stories of DreamWorks. And it was an excuse to bring out the characters and do dance party stuff. But it wasn't just a dance party because they were singing live. And that's awesome.
And you weren't dancing, right? You were sitting?
I mean, some kids got up and danced.
Well,
at the end, everyone got up and danced. It was pretty fun.
Mean, the kids, and I mean kids by age, not by maturity.
I was trying to take pictures, and it was dark, so I had to stay very still, so I could not dance.
I was going to say. You knew where I was going.
I don't want to spoil the ending because it's a fun ending.
Don't spoil the show.
But some character comes out, and I couldn't help but it's King Julian. King Julian comes out at the end. I couldn't help it, and I got up and I screamed, "I love you, King Julian!" And he looked and he waved and he blew me kisses, and because King Julian knows that I'm his biggest fan. Does he though? It's almost like Pitch Perfect. Like they did a mashup of all the songs at the end. Like Pitch Perfect, where they mash up different songs, and they like We Like to Move It mixed with different songs from DreamWorks movies. I thought it was pretty good. It's pretty good.
And you get to see King Julian, so you're happy.
It made everything great. It's a cute show.
It's a good land. I mean, it's definitely not for me, but it's a cool land. The Trexels are for me. I'll eat another one of those.
I'll get the blue ice cream that makes my poop green. I'll again and again. I'm gonna do an experiment next time and not eat the green cheese, but eat the ice cream and see what happens.
Priorities.
It tasted good. I don't care about pink lemonade for the other ice cream, but the huckleberry flavor is yummy.
I'm sure it was. I mean, especially if you're willing to risk blue. Never mind.
I don't have to look at it.
Oh man! All right, what's next? What's next? I gotta escape the poo talk.
Should we address that some people were complaining about the flats in the land? I think that was a when I got to meet Gabby from Gabby's Dollhouse, that was the best.
Oh yeah, you did. Wait, people are complaining about the flat. That there was always flats in that land in certain places.
That's what I said.
What are you complaining about?
It's funny because
it's a kids' land. They're not trying to hyper theme your adult daydream. Like, relax a little bit.
Fairly. I think it's the same amount of flats too. It's really just the roller coaster entrance. That's the only thing with flats. Like, everything else is 3D figures.
Yeah, that's less flats. That's way fewer flats than there were before.
Oh, I think there's some Panda Kids that are flat too, next to the bucket dump. But on the other side is the Mr. Ping noodle guy, and he's a 3D model, so he looks great. So it's like, and the trolls on the fountain are 3D, and there's an animatronic Pinocchio. Like the old land had a flat for Fievel holding a clapboard that at the entrance. So like I feel like it's a lateral move. Like I said, there's some flats, there's some 3D.
I mean, it's for kids. Like, calm down with your flat complaints, man.
It turns out, I think the biggest complaint was there's a white border around it.
So?
Around the sign and around the flats.
If it's a flat, who do you think they're fooling if they take the white border off?
And I think it's because they're trying to look like stickers on purpose. Yeah, if you go to Toy Story Land, it's the exact same thing at the entrance to Toy Story Mania. It's supposed to look like stickers.
Does anybody... Well, I mean, people probably do complain. Never mind. It's Disney. People probably do complain. I'm just going to shut up.
Oh, I thought there'd be more shade because there's a lot of trees around certain areas, but they're not tall enough to shade the actual walkways.
Maybe eventually they will be, but right now it's kind of brutal in there.
Yeah, especially this time of year. I mean, it's 100 degrees outside, so yeah, no, I like it. I talked about it more than I thought we would.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good land. I mean, it's I think overall it's a mild upgrade, but I think like everything you said is correct. I think lateral movement for attractions and all that, but I think overall it's an upgrade. It's a step forward. I
mean, there's a little tiny kid area in Trolls. There's not much to do, but little tiny kids who just sit on, it's like squishy ground and play with like, and there's like a little spinny thing that looks like a mushroom pod or something. Like that. I think that kind of stuff is needed because there used to be a little tiny playground for toddlers inside of the Barney building that closed years ago. So we've been lacking that toddler area. I mean, nothing can beat Camp Jurassic. You know, it's got the shade, it's got the offerings, it's got the immersive theming, it's got the caves. But if you take a little kid who doesn't like dinosaurs or is scared of dinosaurs to that area, they're not going to have fun. You take a little kid that knows any of these 3 movies to this area, they're going to have a great time.
Yeah, I agree. We're going to find out too.
And they sell Gabby ears. The Gabby Dolls House ears.
I saw you were very excited about the Gabby ears.
They're only kid-sized, so I'm sad.
Get a kid-sized head. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, I did buy the Grogu hat that
You
said
did.
youth, so who am I to talk?
The youth hat.
The youth.
And the
youths.
earrings to match.
The earrings to match. Shh, don't tell Jen. You're not supposed to spend money. I had to take all that off. I took all that off in the car on the way home.
I bought the earrings, Jen.
Yeah, no, Ian bought it for me. But also that same day I went to the summer tribute store.
You did? I've been twice to the tribute store now, too, because I very much enjoy it.
I technically went twice because I went and got some Minion Tots, and then I came back to the store for a second round.
So wait.
So good.
What's your favorite room?
Oh, this is a weird one because, like, the whole thing, it flows really well as one thing. It
does.
I like the video store aesthetic. I liked because it feels like going into an old video store and not a Blockbuster, but like a home, like a mom and pop owned video store. That's what I like.
Blockbuster, yeah.
Right. And that really takes me back to my early childhood. I liked the arcade for the carpet and the prize redemption area, which is the treat case, which is so brilliant.
It's genius.
And then I like the other one just for the vignettes at the roof, like the different movie scenes. They're so well done.
So the arcade is my favorite. And
I mean, they nailed the aesthetic in there.
It's
the carpet.
so good. And there's there's fun Easter eggs in there. The carpet is like, we were just talking about it yesterday I was like, I don't know how, but like every arcade for like maybe mid 80s to like whatever they closed in the
mid
90s.
Yeah.
They all had that same carpet for some reason.
Well, there's 3 variations.
But it's the same
isn't even
carpet.
my favorite. This isn't even my favorite variation because my mall had the one that's slightly bigger graphics, but it looks so clean and new, and I'm like, who is still producing this carpet?
Yeah, because now I want it as a rug in my house.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it like you're saying, there's variations, but it is the same carpet in every arcade ever.
Right.
Basically, and it's just so cool to see it, and the black lightning to go with it, and the fact that there's like wizards and stuff on like the signs for the broken machines and things I'm like, this is so early 80s vibe. Like, it's so good. It's so good.
My parents had a store in the mall, so I spent all of the 80s and the first few years of the 90s in a mall. And I spent my allowance every single week in the arcade, mostly playing The Simpsons and Ninja Turtles video games for some reason, which I was terrible at, but continually pumped in quarters. And yeah, so like that aesthetic they nailed it, especially with like the wizard and stuff. Do you see the Dueling Dragons nod on the wall?
Yep. I saw a bunch of stuff in there. I don't want to spoil. I want people to be in there, go in there and find the Easter eggs, and definitely take the time to look at the movies in the video store too. Because it's super hilarious.
There's still like 2 walls. I haven't looked at all the cases yet.
I was dying at some of the stuff they put in there.
And then like there's
fake movies in there too with the creators on them.
Yes. Well, so I found Skipper Haas in a video game, in a Street Fighter clone.
Perfect.
Oh,
yeah. I'm trying not to kill all the Easter eggs, but there's all kinds of stuff. The bead thing is my favorite because that made me laugh. The bead room.
We were asking that the night before. I tweeted out that there better be the arcade. I just said it better have the carpet in the arcade room, and it did. And then someone else said, like, is there going to be an adults only section with the red light? And there was.
There was. Yeah, it's so good. And the last room is amazing. The only thing that I don't like about the last room is it's like that same 10-second Universal music hit.
It's just the Universal music. Dun, 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 dun.
Yep. And it
should be like 6 different variations. And maybe it is, but they all sound the same. I'm not sure.
It might be. There's so much awesome merch from like 4 things though. But yeah, it's great. I really, really
did you see it was so good.
Did you see that I think it was Skipper Haas that posted today. They have tags now for that say the plaza on it as part of their uniform in the store.
No.
And I was like, dude, where do I get one of those? Because I would buy one of those.
You know, I not only there's photo ops too in every room, and the photo ops in the first room and the last room are so good because there is classic like movie cutouts, for like cardboard cutouts for like ET, but then also Mr. Video. What was it, Mr. VHS? But like ET, Jaws, and Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. And then you go to the last room and there's paintings on the wall that are like really good backdrops for photo ops. Yeah. So there's some really good photo ops in there.
So much good stuff in there. I mean, they did a really good job. They've been getting so good, like really, really great.
This is definitely the best use of this Hollywood space. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the different rooms.
They opened up the rooms in a way that I can't even figure out how they did it.
Yeah, it's great too because the different rooms are like, you're walking through facades too, like whether you think about it or not. So it's kind of cool, like you're walking through interconnected stores. I really enjoy it. And I like that the stores are all like have signs out front too on the different facade sections.
Oh yeah, the strip mall aesthetic they nailed the outside.
So good.
Yeah,
it's so good. Yeah, I really like this store.
That's all. I just wanted to mention it. I think that anyone who goes, I hope that it continues to stay open a little bit longer. I like that they alternate between this one and the New York one for Halloween Horror Nights, because then they can keep this one. Because last year it was the Jurassic Park anniversary store, and they kept it open an extra month. So, because like you don't have to tear it down to build the new one and have that month in between. So you can have a little overlap. I like that.
Having two stores was fun at the same time. So I'll be greedy with that because they're great.
I think come this fall, we might have a 2-store situation again.
I can't wait.
Yeah. I can't wait for Earl season, but
I know we have a whole other thing to get. We have a Jack season first. Okay.
There was the Earl has his own Walk of Fame star. At the exit.
I know you were very excited for the Walk of Fame.
You have no idea. I'm taking like 1,000 selfies, and this really nice lady comes up. She's like, "Would you like me to take your picture?" I was like, "Hold on, let me get 6 more selfies." Okay, take me a picture. Thank you.
You're like, okay, now go. Thank you.
And then I'm like doing 1,000 poses. Like, yeah.
Oh my god. Of course.
Yeah. I mean, it's not as good as my Earl shrine, but it definitely is a good shrine to Earl in the tribute store.
I wish you were joking.
I kid you not. I have the hot eggnog sleeve from the first year they had Earl the Squirrel stuff, when it was just the same graphic on everything. Mm-hmm. I have the little warm sleeve on the warm eggnog cup that I kept, a drink sleeve. That's I think right now currently it's in this drawer. Let me see. There it is. I'm gonna take a picture of it and post it.
Skipper Haas responded to me.
I'm gonna put this in the podcast. There's a picture of it because this is how obsessed I am with Earl.
Wait. Skipper Haas responded to my question about having one of those tags that says Tribute Store Plaza on it.
Yeah.
He said, "Solid question, actually." That's so.
Ooh, you just did something.
Imply?
You just did something. This is what's great about the Universal merch team, is that on a whim they'll come up with something and have it in the store by tomorrow. Like.
Well, I just said, "Excuse me, don't tease, sir." I would totally buy one of those.
You made it happen.
Maybe.
Okay. Anything else going on that we wanted to talk about? We're probably going to be back on the podcast very soon. We're going to ride Tiana. Someone tweeted out, "Why does it not called Princess in the Log?" It's so good.
It's so good. It's so good. Oh.
Yeah, so we'll do another show later this month, probably. To talk about that.
Are we going to talk about HHN so we can talk about the thing that just dropped?
No,
isn't that what's going to happen? We're not.
I might wait for all 4 IPs to drop before we talk about HHN. We might even, if it gets to be too long, we might just go to HHN and then talk about it afterward. We already did our episode on it. We did the rumor episode. That's good enough.
They dropped those the original houses like over a week. I can't believe how fast that went.
Yeah, and you know what? I can't even go to the official website to look at a list of them because they still haven't updated it yet. I feel like it's not an official announcement until there's a press release.
Come on.
So I don't even know what they all are.
So many 3s and houses dropped, and then.
All right, whatever. Hold on. What are the names of the houses? Hold on. Do you want to talk about it? Fine, we'll talk. Fine, we'll do it live. We'll do it live.
The Terror Triplets is the one. The D&D house. I'm just gonna get it like that.
We'll go it backwards. Hold on.
We don't have to. I just kind of
no. Now we have to.
Okay,
now
fine.
We have to. I hope you're happy.
I am happy. I hope everybody's listening is happy. I
sound sarcastic, but I'm being serious. I hope this pleases you.
I annoyed Alicia into talking about HHN, so you guys can thank me later. What are you doing?
I want to. If they don't have a press release, I have to pull up the actual Twitter account. Triplets of Terror.
Oh.
You're invited to the Barmy Triplets birthday bash, but beware, they celebrate by recreating their family's murders. Prepare for a gory gathering. There's like birthday decorations. One of these was rumored to have like suburban neighborhood setting. I wonder if that one was originally designed to be something else, because now I'm having flashbacks to when Scream got designed to be The Purge instead. Mm-hmm. And you can see like the Drew Barrymore character clearly in the background.
For sure.
Monstruous, the monsters of Latin America.
I'm stoked for that one too. It's going to be fun.
I do like houses that are like multiple stories.
Yeah.
So this has like 3 different legends in it, and I'm all for that. Oh, the museum, the one
Yeah, the
that reminded
museum's
me.
gonna.
Everyone's like, it's Night of the Museum, and I'm like, no, it's the Relic, y'all. It's the Relic.
It's totally the Relic.
It's like
It's
the
gonna be so
Lincoln
good.
Preston novel turned into a movie in the 90s. Come on, y'all.
So good.
Major Sweets, yes.
Major Sweets is gonna be amazing.
Candy Factory. You know they're gonna play with the scents like they did with like the Killer Clowns on that one. Goblin's Feast.
The D&D house.
You say D&D house. It gives me like Pumpkin Lord vibes.
It does, but I think D&D because it says goblins, orcs, and hobgoblins. So like immediately I'm like thinking D&D.
And of course, Slaughter Cinema too, which like I'm super excited for.
Yeah,
I'm all for the drive-in aesthetic. I'm all for the grindhouse, multiple features you get to walk through, grindhouse gore, spaghetti westerns, and more. Oh, creature feature, yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
So there's 6 originals. Let's talk about the 4 IP houses, even though they haven't been announced, because we know what they are.
We do?
Yeah, Ghostbusters.
I was gonna say, are we allowed to say? Okay,
Ghostbusters, Frozen Ghostbusters.
Frozen Busters, okay.
Frozen Busters. Well, we said it on the rumor show all the way back in the day. I was like, Ghostbusters is coming back. It's the new one.
Yep, of course it is. It has to be Frozen Busters.
And I think it's I heard it was a mashup of both the new movies, but I guess it, like you wouldn't even know if it just like here's the firehouse, but it's now the firehouse. I haven't seen the new movie yet, the Frozen Empire. So I
haven't watched it yet either. I heard it's fun, but
it's very much like the cartoon, which I think is kind of neat actually, because I was a fan of the cartoon and how it had nothing to do with the movies. The real Ghostbusters. The other one, the one to probably be announced first, as this podcast is going up, is A Quiet Place.
Yep.
And similarly, I think this one's based on both movies.
I hope so. It'd be a great house to have both of them.
No spoilers. I have never seen A Quiet Place. So I'm assuming they never show a monster and it's always just something lurking in the background.
How have you never watched? They're actually solid movies, not just good horror movies.
I know. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it before we go to RIP.
I will watch them both with you.
Well,
we can have a pizza night and I can hang out with my niece. I'm
sitting here like we watch movies while she's sleeping in the same room with us. So I'm like, well, it's great. They're quiet the whole movie. It's perfect. We don't have to worry about it getting loud. But clearly I don't know. The end they show monsters, I assume. Like there's actual monsters.
Well, we're going to watch it.
Oh, okay.
Because I
assume the second movie is more just like, here's the monsters. We've already seen them, so we might as well just have them everywhere.
We can watch the movies. I'm not going to spoil anything.
I like how you're not spoiling it. I appreciate that.
I think we can just watch. I will watch them again. It's been a little while. I don't mind a refresher.
Insidious? Is that the other ones?
I believe the other one is Insidious. Because they just had one, last year or the year before? There was last one.
Are they up to like 5 of those movies now?
I think so, because the Red Door was, I think, the last one where the kid's grown up and he's got like the father and the kid have the memory blacked out, and they do the art thing.
Oh, some people are wondering. Some people are wondering if it's just going to be based on the last one. Yeah, I think it was, but I'm going to guess that it's just a mashup of here's Insidious's. Come to the Insidii house. It's got all the Insidiouses.
The scary red dude with the black hair growing out of the side of his head that doesn't really look that scary.
And then the last one is another monster's house, keeping the tradition alive. This is what, year 5 we're going on now? That they've been doing a monster house every single year. And this one is girl power. Monsters, girl power. Universal Monsters, the girls. Rumor. These are all rumors.
Yeah.
You're looking at Insidious stuff, aren't you?
I did real quick. Just to make sure, because the Red Door was last year. So that's the one I'm thinking it'll be mostly based on.
I would assume the aesthetic of the poster could be.
Yeah.
Monsters.
When are we going to get a Gilman?
Clearly they're saving the best for last.
I'm just like, they keep doing all the monsters and they're like, keep shoving Gil out of the way.
It's kind of like the Easter egg in the was it in the Tom Cruise Mummy movie where like they're gonna keep teasing Gilman. He shows up in the background of all these houses, but he is never gonna be the star. And then one day we're gonna finally get it.
Yeah, they better show up as a boat ride is how it better show up if I don't get Gilman soon.
So the rumors I've heard for the Universal Monsters house is just like it's like the brides. And I'm like, well, we've already had the Bride of Frankenstein's house, and there were the vampire brides there too. Like we've already done that.
We already did that.
So I wonder, honestly, can we get a Victoria Frankenstein house? Is this like a backdoor way of secretly giving us a sneak preview of Monsters Unchained?
Maybe it's a timeline to get to Victoria, and then we're like, hey, there's a Victoria Frankenstein.
Wouldn't it be great if it ended that way and Victoria is like there to save us while trapping monsters?
Or cutting heads off.
No, because in the ride, she's already got all the monsters. She's been spending years trapping them around the world.
I know, but that'd be fun if she was trapping them.
It would be fun. She's like,
I just like when they end with them holding a head.
Igor, drop the trap. Like she's there at the end and Igor's there and it's like, I'll see you next year at Universal Epic Universe and Dark Universe. like
thanks for coming. See you next year.
It's like it's like the Star Cruiser Jenny's video where like you say the exact name.
Oh man. Yeah. Cause the influencing of Victoria Frankenstein.
Yes, my name is Dr. Victoria Frankenstein, the great-great-granddaughter of Henry Frankenstein.
I am not a gender swap. I'm sorry.
And I am capturing monsters to put into my new experiment where I tame them in my great-great-grandfather's manor. Please come visit me in the village of Darkmoor at Dark Universe at Universal Epic Universe opening summer 2025 in Orlando.
Florida. Oh my goodness.
And it's a button. She presses it and it just says it every time.
She just stares at you. She's like, I'm tired of you even mouthing this, so here you go.
It's a trigger. It's a trigger button.
Instead of lightning or thumps, we just get that.
All the sound sucks out of the room and it's just
goes dead quiet.
Completely different spiel. All right.
Please see your tour guide at the exit to get a pamphlet. Oh my goodness.
Learn more at the Universal Epic Universe Preview Center, now open at Universal City Walk.
Oh my God.
Oh, we didn't talk about the Preview Center. The Preview Center opens in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it? I knew it was almost done because I was talking about that yesterday too.
Well, in 1 week. When this podcast airs, it could be opening in 1 week. That's just a guess. I'm just guessing. From now on, I don't report on rumors. I report on speculation, guesses, and gut feelings.
Isn't that what a rumor is?
For legal reasons, everything I say is fake. I've never had inside information. It's all just been very good guesses.
When you're a good detective, you don't really need inside information. You just know it. So
right. I know it in my heart.
Apparently you can see the future too, but that's okay.
It's intuition. It's just intuition.
Yeah, intuition. Theme park medium.
And sometimes pretty good guesses. Anyway. If anyone's still listening, we are having a fundraiser event, the ParkStop Stop Hate fundraiser benefiting the Trevor Project. Go to orlandoparkstop.com/charity and pitch in $5 if you can spare it. And you'll be entered into a free giveaway. You can win really cool prizes, including Epic Universe merch and How to Train Your Dragon Isla Burke merch. There's some good stuff. There's that cool ET hat from the Tribute Store. No one's claimed that yet. Some fun stuff. Just go to orlandoparkstop.com/charity. It all goes to the Trevor Project, and it goes on for the entire month of June. So thank you everyone who's donated. There's also auctions and art sales, but by the time this airs, all the art is gone. I'm sorry, it's already happened.
People, you guys got to get in early on this thing because people are really wise to the fundraiser now. Those art pieces go fast.
All right, I'll see y'all at Tiana in 2 weeks.
Will we though? Are we going to see everybody? Are you guys all coming to hang out with us for Tiana?
That's what it felt like the other day at Universal. I ran into 1,000 people. It was awesome. Thanks for everyone for saying hi.
They don't recognize me, so I get to hide in the shadows.
People come to me because I have free buttons.
People come to me because people avoid me because I look angry in the parks. So
it's the beard. You need to shave it, right?
I don't know. I might. I'm just kind of getting annoyed by it. I can always grow it back, so it doesn't take that long to grow.
It's time for a change. Okay. Goodbye, everyone.
It's time for not humidity dealing with my beard. That's all it is. All right. Bye, everybody.